finals are going through many different colleges now,
True.
and that's going to take, and then commencement usually follows after that, so that's Monday through Saturday. So for this next month, I guess Sunday makes the only option we have.
I'm just glad I'm done this next week. Finals finished.
Oh, lucky! I still got 2 weeks left, and then I got finals.
Yeah, I'm done with school for this semester.
I know, me too. I can't wait for summer.
Our campus's finals are this week as well, with commencement on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
I just wish I was graduating.
Oh,
All right.
I'm not a student, so.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
I see you complaining about your IT division though all the time, just by yourself.
Wait, what do you do, Eric?
Pardon me. I basically sit on my butt and wait for something to happen.
That sounds
like
like
my
I work
job.
with computers. It used to be that we would always have something new coming through, people trying to do new stuff. Yeah, lately it's just I'm just in a maintenance mode. Boring.
Well, I think I'd rather have boring than hating my job.
Well, see, that's the thing. I prefer not boring. I prefer, like, they come up with something, they break it, and I have to help them fix it. Right now, there's nothing broke because nobody's doing anything.
You're one of those types of people.
Always wanting to learn, yeah.
No, wanting to learn I get. Wanting to have to fix broken things that people break themselves, I don't like doing. If it broke on its own, then I understand.
Well, how are you going to learn if people aren't trying new things? I mean, I don't know anything about GIS, so they have to be the ones to start the ball rolling, and then I can basically, they say, okay, well, I'm trying to do this, and I look at it and figure out, okay, well, then you need to do this, and do a lot of Google searching, and we figure it out, and we get little projects that give GIS devices to people in South America, and that's all kind of cool and stuff.
Fair enough.
But we haven't done that
I'm
in
talking
years.
actually just general IT stuff. When someone breaks something, it's because they don't know what they're doing. That's what I'm talking about. Projects like that, I
that's
guess.
just maintenance to me. But the little of that is happening because nobody's doing anything new or trying anything new.
I see.
So kind of boring. And I to my own fault, I centralized management. So basically, I don't have to leave my desk, which is why I stand up now. You've seen the boxes on my desk, or most of you have.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned that alcohol bar is actually cheaper than the standing desk that would give me the storage space that I need.
Huh. All right. All right. So, Manny, Mark,
What's up?
do we have anything to discuss right now? Just to get things kicked off.
Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
We just lost Manny. Oh, this is good.
Who's running this?
I don't know now. It was Manny, but apparently it still records without him being on. Interesting.
Yeah, he wasn't
good to know.
necessary.
Well,
Why do you have a rotary phone, by the way? I'm just curious.
I picked it up because I thought it'd be an interesting prop for like something down the road.
Oh, all right.
thinking ahead.
I actually used one. It used to be the only phones in the house one phone in the house we had, and it was rotary. And we had black and white TV.
Oh, with the dials.
No cable. It's CRT, isn't that great?
Hmm.
Are we talking like the 200-pound like set boxes, or like one of the small TVs? Are we talking?
Big, enormous 14-inch.
Yeah.
4x3.
That's what it's all about.
Huge thing. Had 50 knobs, on, off, and volume. And then the others, I guess, were to replace if you broke one.
Yes. So, Mark, have you any thoughts that you're going to discuss while you're here? May as well like set an agenda just in case other people show up, but you know, stuff to discuss.
I'm sure there's things that probably should be discussed. I just can't think of it right now. My mind's going crazy with this CBN thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, I could imagine. It seems pretty
The CBN upload. Yeah, I've hit my limit of knowledge when it comes to PHP and Joomla.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it myself. I'm just like learning as I go, but it's just
Hey!
beyond me.
Welcome back
I don't know what happened. I got kicked out
from your
Wasn't
own
me.
hangout.
from my own
Stay
hangout.
out. We don't want you here.
How depressing is that? Okay, where were we? All right. So what were you guys talking about? Not to be weird.
Well, we were asking if there's anything we wanted to discuss agenda-wise, just in case people started showing up. But then we kind of got off on other things. So, and then you popped in.
Yay!
That's all that happened.
I'm back to
Yeah,
restore.
we can't talk about them no more.
So, you were
I'm
saying
still-
before that you were going to talk about casting stuff. Specifically, how we need in particular, we need 3 girls for sure in the roles.
Yeah, I was about to
So,
say that's kind of like the main issue I wanted to address. We need females, as
Yes.
strange as that sounds. So, what I had in mind was I was just gonna try to spread a little bit, like kind of just every once in a while, repost on my journal to see if anybody wanted to put, or if anybody wanted to put their name down on the list and see if there's any ladies who would be interested in that kind of thing. But at the same time, I like really I only met maybe 2 or 3 people on the actual Rooster Teeth site last year at RTX, and the people I've just kind of been talking on the site. So, to be honest, I don't know how the best way to tackle that would be. So
Maybe if you added light bondage to the description.
back to our conversation from last year.
What turn? Why?
Some soft roleplay. What?
Anyway, if we reached out specifically to people, we might actually be able to get more of a response. Because I know Casey probably won't be able to do it because she's going to be Bernie's PA. So she'll be too busy, and she was our lead lady last time. So it's
She was the lead role.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
the lead lady, the girl. But yeah, it's probably gonna help if we reached out specifically to people that we know are a part of this. So that's worth checking out if anyone has
Okay.
any specific ideas, especially since certain people have already posted interest on the forums and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So following up with them would probably not be a bad idea.
Okay, I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that, and I think what I'll probably start doing is I have 2 people in mind that I could probably reach out to on the website, so I'll go ahead and send them a message probably here later this evening and see if they'd want to if they're interested in helping out, and I'll probably do the same with the ladies that have shown interest in the forum. So I don't know if you wanted to take care of that, James, if you wanted to reach out to them, or if you wanted me to do that.
You know, it could go either way. I would say that if you have the time, look into it yourself. Namely because you're the one that initially actually has to make all these decisions when you're actually casting. So I would say if you can do it, to take care of it whenever you can. But if you need me to, I can also do that. We can discuss that later. It's not really
Sounds good.
something we have to worry about now.
So once we actually do have that figured out, we try. I want at least to have people who are interested in wanting to do this, and I also want to make it easy for them to have their audition. So I actually got a message from someone who put their name down on that list, and they were wondering how they were going to do they were going to do the audition, and I told them we were going to do it live, and then they came across the idea to actually do a recorded video, like a recorded session of them reading lines. So I don't know if that I wanted it to be that I wanted that to be an option for people, so that way if they're kind of they have that stage fright going on or whatnot, they can at least just submit a video and not actually have a live recording, which I would prefer to have it live, but I don't want to scare people off, if you know what I'm saying.
Fair enough, I guess.
Well,
No
are
light
you talking
bondage.
about Are you talking about doing like Hangout Live audition?
Yeah,
Or
kind of like what we're doing now, except with just me, maybe James since he's the producer, and then the person who's going to do the audition. Just this would actually be private, so it wouldn't be live, but that's kind
okay.
of what's in my mind.
Technically, Mark here is the lead producer, just to clear that up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah,
Namely because he'll be more free at RTX, whereas I'll be stuck at my Guardian stuff a large part of the time.
gotcha. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind, just kind of what we have going on here, and then just the person who's doing the audition just read off some lines.
I
So,
think that definitely has to be like the end result. Like if they want to send in the video, that's fine, like as an opener, but I think you're gonna want them to do it like in front of you to make sure they can do it on the day.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, ultimately that is what we're probably going to do anyway, but I just wanted to throw the idea out there. So, James, you brought up the thing about Guardian. I actually saw the assignments released not too long ago, so I just found out that I'm actually an exhibitor Guardian, so that'll be fun. But I realized that that's going to take up a lot of my time, so
Yeah.
I want to go back to scheduling. I want to see if we can figure out if we can do like maybe the day before the event. I don't know how that's going to look.
Well, that'll kind of depend on who we can get where, but we need to actually have things cast first before we can request people to show up. You know. So the days before, especially, it should be fine as long as you make sure that they're aware that they need to be at a certain place at a certain time. Because otherwise, there's just certain events that are going on Thursday and Friday specifically, like just group hangouts and stuff prior to RTX. That you have to account for.
Yeah, I know there's some side quest stuff too.
Yeah, but that should start Friday too. So it shouldn't, and they might have a meetup Thursday. I don't really remember for sure. Yeah, once we have people that we can actually cast, then it'll be a little easier to progress to the actual scheduling phase. Because right now, until we have that, it's kind of ethereal. Like we can talk about it, but
Okay, sounds good.
especially
So
since we're not
far-
worrying about it.
That reminds me of something.
What's up?
Go ahead, Mike.
Did we ever end up writing that proposal?
The proposal
Did we ever end up
to-
writing that proposal?
to who?
For
Which
to
proposal?
get to Barbara.
Oh, those
For
proposals. Okay.
RT participation.
I don't.
I
think so.
have something drafted up, but one thing I wanted to try to figure out first is I want to. I really like the idea we came up with just having a cameo at the end of our video. So I'm thinking we're going to end up doing that, and that'll actually make it a lot easier for obviously for our team members. So I have something drafted up. In fact, I'll pull it up now, and we'll see if we wanted to. I was going to send it probably today. The one thing I'm just concerned with is I don't know if it's going to end up being too short or just end up kind of getting buried in everything that the guys at Rooster Teeth are doing just pretty much every day. So I wasn't sure if I should just send it to one person or really if I should email it to them. What do you guys think?
I thought Roblox said he was going to, he would be able to take care of that part.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I remember that too.
In the proposal, we may want to include like requests for like after-hours shooting, like or specific locations, just to make sure we're in the clear.
Okay. Yeah, because that's why I don't want anything too broad. Like what I have drafted up right now, as far as kind of like the scheduling is going to go, it's a little too broad. So I wanted to get something, something a little bit more like set almost. So that way we can give them a general idea of what's going to look like.
Right.
And whenever you're actually happy with that, you can send it to me and Mark or whoever you want to edit it, and we can look at it just to make sure it's clear and concise. It's always good to have like a secondary feedback source,
Yeah, I was actually gonna see if I could get your guys' help with that. But do you guys want me to put it up as kind of like a on Google Drive, or do you guys want me to send it to you via email?
I have no preference either way.
All right, I'm thinking I might just put it up on Google Drive. Once that is up on Google Drive, I'll send you guys a link. That'll probably end up before it'll go up before the end of the night. So
Sounds good.
Yes. So let's see. So yeah. Okay, so we got casting covered, right? At least generally speaking, we know what we need to do. We need to actually contact people, and push that because we have 3 guys interested currently for the 3 main men roles, and so that's good to have that covered. But other than that, we just need to make sure we look at women. And as far as extras, are you wanting to look more at getting people while we're there, or are we actually gonna need to have some of those lined up before we go to RTX?
If we can get them lined up before RTX, it would be better.
Okay, that makes sense then. All right. So do you have any thoughts on that, Mark? How we would actually, go about spreading the message, so to speak?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it can be a little complicated. I don't know.
Well, actually, I really don't know how many viewers we have, but like CBN News, if we can go through them, maybe.
That's actually not a bad idea. It seems like they lost Manuel again. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really a bad idea. Whenever he gets back, we can talk to Manuel about that too. But it seems like we had quite a bit of initial interest, for sure, on the forum. And I've had people message me directly too about this, but it doesn't result with actually people putting their names on the document itself.
Right.
That's why I'm kind of thinking that a call to action more directly to the people that are interested might actually be more useful. So I'm still kind of sticking with that idea that just directly mailing people if
Sounds like a reasonable plan.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what else is there. Oh. We were. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Someone vamp. Figure it out. Nobody? Okay.
There was talk about the finalizing the end of the thing, but I thought we pretty much had discussed it. He just wanted to talk with Tardweasel to
Right.
confirm that
That's
it
what
was okay.
Okay.
That is? Oh.
Well.
I was wondering if we could, if the final scene was basically after RTX had closed and there's still somebody in the closet.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But how? I mean, there has to be some way of showing that RTX is closed without actually closing RTX. Like maybe have somebody with a push broom or just a sweeper, and then the RTX guy shows up. I mean, just somebody going by. There he is again.
Hey guys, so my internet is really crappy. I don't know what's happening. I'm so sorry.
Ah, well.
So yes, the thing about the proposal, it'll be up tonight, and I'll send you guys a link to that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have very limited time because my internet is terrible and my battery is dying, and I don't have my charger with me. So let's kind of just go over. So we talked about scheduling. What I wanted to see is. What was it? With the Guardian assignments, do you guys know if the team leads are gonna come out with like schedules with what they're gonna look for from us, or how did that work last year? Because last year I was sent a message from my team lead saying, hey, this is kind of what it's gonna look like roughly, and just kind of gave me a general idea of kind of what it was gonna look like.
Depends on your team lead. So.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think there's really one set in stone method as far as that's concerned.
All right. Because I'm thinking really if we might end up resorting to just sticking to the days before and after the event, because that might just end up being the easiest. So what I was gonna do is in the proposal, kind of like whoever it's gonna get to, maybe Barbara. I was gonna tell them if we do this, say we're gonna do it the day before. These are the times that we're probably gonna be looking at to try to get some shots in or something like that. And then the same thing for the next couple of days throughout the event and then after the event if that's possible. So I'm going to work on that and try to sneak that in there, see if we can get that working out. But casting is kind of like my priority right now. So what my plan of action right now is when I get off here and if I find my charger, I'm going to go ahead and start messaging people and see if anybody would be interested in acting. And I'm going to start doing the same in the forum as well, just saying, hey, just a quick shout out for any ladies out there who would be interested in playing our Is that... I got a cackle.
To any of the ladies in the audience.
It's just the wording. It's
assistance.
Pull out a guitar. This one goes out to the ladies.
No, not a guitar. That's
Okay.
too mainstream. Unless ukulele.
How about pictures of cats?
Cannot fail.
Cannot. I'll figure something out. But we'll do that, and I'm going to start with the people who are on the list now. I'm going to go ahead and start setting up their hangouts for maybe later this week. I told them to put a good time and date or days throughout in the week to do the actual audition. So Mark and James and Eric, you guys are welcome to join us, and just let me know if I'm going to set up whatever schedule I can, and then I'll send you guys a message saying we're going to do this gentleman at this time and see if that works for you guys and if you guys wanted to jump in. How's that sound?
Yeah,
sounds
you
good.
can go ahead and send it to me. I may not be able to come, but I'm still interested to check it out if I can.
Sounds good. Worst comes to worst, I might just go ahead and do just an on-air, record it, keep it private, and then just send you guys the link if you guys really want to take a look at it.
Seems fair.
all right.
So that kind of gets casting out of the way. The other thing I wanted to talk about is equipment and props. The script isn't very prop oriented, but we do need like something to tie up the characters, so duct tape and light bondage. But I was looking at the equipment list earlier. It kind of brought up a point. I've done a lot of camera work in my day, but one thing I've never dealt with is with the DSLR. So I wanted to see if we can get some camera people going and maybe assign some people to work some cameras.
Well, Mark for sure has experience, I know that, as far as helping out with that, but more on-hand grips and stuff like that, it's hard to say.
It's not too difficult working with a DSLR, especially if you have the equipment expanding outwards. You've got like control over the focus, zoom, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Aperture and ISO. That's like the two big words I know.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. So, did you do any camera work last year, Mark?
He
Or
did all of it.
you did all of it?
Yeah.
Well, everything except the Jeff shot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, that's true.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
I didn't know.
I'm not afraid to grab a camera myself if we need to, but I may need some guidance for that. But
If we have more people on hand, having 2 cameras doesn't hurt either, as we know. So, if anyone's watching this, or if we can actually talk to anybody about this too, getting multiple cameras on, on the shoot would be nice.
mhm. Yeah, right now, if we can at least get 2 people, I've learned that it's like a good number to have 2 cameras and 2 people, mostly because it allows a lot of flexibility with setting up shots, and it doesn't get too clustered where you have like 5 cameras around. So if we can at least get 2 people who are willing to be camera people, that would be gold. And if we can get a 3rd person, that'd be even better. But I'm not too worried about getting a 3rd person. So.
Do you have any fill lights, Mark? Like anything like that wouldn't be too big, just in case we need them?
Quick question: is my camera working right now or no?
No, I can only see your profile image.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a vid light. It's small, about 3 by 6 inches, and then I've got 6 soft boxes.
Gotcha. And do you have gels for those, or do you just use them as they are?
I just use them as they are.
I gotcha.
Well, bring whatever lighting you think will be appropriate, Mark. It'd be nice to have different options to kind of see what good lighting would work, sort of.
That's actually something we should probably include in the proposal. If
Mhm.
there's a specific location we can lock down, then we can light it how we want. We don't need to worry about
Yeah.
like that daytime lighting issue.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I had that in mind last week too, where we were talking about the hallways and kind of which doors we're going to talk about. There was that one hallway that was well lit, and I was thinking of trying to lock that down. But what do you want to have something that's dimly lit, or something that's already kind of just normally lit, in the convention center?
If it's like dim away from windows and we can light it, that'd be best. If we can't lock it down, probably something with natural lighting.
Yeah.
Something with natural lighting. Okay.
And
'Cause I was
because the
thinking-
convention's really crowded, it might be kind of hard. So.
Well,
it's
if you,
key.
I think on the other side of the exhibit hall, like the rotunda or
Southern-
whatever,
Yeah.
that was pretty bare last year.
That's true. I remember 2 years ago it wasn't quite so bare, because they were a little more spread out for some reason line-wise.
Mhm.
But yeah, last year for sure. If it's the same way, then yeah, that might be manageable.
I remember last year that on day one, there were panels going around, but they didn't start until the afternoon. So in the morning, the second level, kind of in the, I think it's the south wing. It was pretty quiet. So we could end up, sneaking over there at a certain time in the morning to try to utilize that space. But that's in the hallway. I was thinking if we could find a convention room that's empty, we could probably use that.
That's definitely something we should ask about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll put that in the proposal, and we'll see if the RT guys would have any suggestions for that, and if they could help us with that. But in the meantime, I'm thinking if we wanted to keep something locked down per se, let's try to plan on maybe doing it outside, since we get natural lighting might be easier to work with.
All right.
So I'm thinking we might figure that out later on once we get a response, if we get a response. But we'll definitely keep that in mind.
Sounds good.
Awesome. So
Anyone have a broken cell phone?
a broken
About 5.
Okay, well, I was just saying that we could have one, because as long as you don't see the front face, it doesn't matter if it's on or not, and they could use, because most people I know use that to record video instead of actually a video camera.
Mhm.
Could be doing that, and then if they don't mind, the person doesn't mind that old phone being smashed into bits, we can toss that into the room after they've been seen with a phone, or we can have 2 different phones, one that actually works and then one that's been smashed to bits. They don't have to look exactly alike.
Yeah, well, they're all phones nowadays are pretty much just black rectangles anyway. We can figure something out anyway. So I might have something we might be able to work with. I have an old phone that I really don't feel any sympathy towards. So
Well,
I'll-
another possibility is also just putting a what are those things called? A carrying case, the little plastic carrying cases. Just smash that and throw it in. That's probably going to be believable enough.
Oh, like an actual phone case?
Yeah, just the phone case. Yeah, the cheap one from one of those little 5 and dime AT&T Singular, wherever.
You can even get those at the dollar store now, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind. And go ahead.
That was just an idea, because I was thinking about the handy cam, and it's like nobody uses those anymore.
That is a good
I'm
point.
old enough to remember using it.
No one uses that technology anymore. Okay, fair enough. I'll keep it in mind, and I'll bring some. I have 2 phones that are old and I don't really use, so I'll try to dig those up, and we'll see if we can use that. And you can break that as much as you want, Eric.
Yeah, get my frustration out on technology. Sure, cool.
Sounds good. All right, so we talked a little bit about cameras. Eric, is there anything specific about props? I know you're the prop master now, so is there anything you wanted to bring up as far as props go?
I still don't know what kind of tape to use. I mean, duct tape? No, yeah, you definitely don't want to put duct tape on people's faces or on their wrists. because yeah,
Okay.
that'll hurt coming back off.
Couldn't we put a line of duct tape over like packing tape or something?
I was about to say what I've done before is I've gotten duct tape before, and I've used like just like the regular packing tape, and just put that on the sticky side, and then
Yeah.
just leave like a small little sticky of the clear tape on each end, because the clear tape doesn't cause as much damage and doesn't leave as much residue. So we just kind of leave that and kind of fake the tape, and then just kind of use a little bit of tape as opposed to using the actual duct tape. That's just something I've done before.
We can even actually go further to where basically we double layer the duct tape back on itself to where there's no sticky side, and then just use a little piece of duct tape to tie the two ends together.
Okay, yeah, that works too. Yeah, definitely. Uh,
All right.
Go ahead.
I was just saying cool.
Okay. We could. Yeah, let's just do that. It'd be easier anyway. So, did you want to have rope too?
I figure any kind of rope should suffice. It'd be easier to manipulate with a thinner kind of cord, but I'm game for anything, zip ties even, but we'll have to cut those loose after they're used.
Right.
No zip ties.
All right. Well, as long as we have a little bit of duct tape to work with, we can. That's really just all we need. So we'll kind of play around with it, with anything else later on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when we're on set. All right.
Do they need to be gagged in any way? Because I don't really see a necessary need for them to be gagged.
Well, kind of the idea of the main character stuffing people in the closet is to kind of keep them quiet. So I don't know. I was thinking we could have them gagged, but that would kind of create a problem. I don't know. I was just thinking maybe just kind of having them bite on what's it called, like on handkerchiefs or something. Just kind of put something in their mouth so it looks like they're being gagged.
Easy enough.
Yeah, maybe like a
Is it
new
enough?
sock, like a clean sock or something.
Eric, do you have experience in this?
What?
Are you saying you have experience in this? You make it sound so easy.
Yeah, you never know.
That wasn't a no. Oh, man.
Wasn't a yes.
My curiosity is spiked.
Let's just say I've been around.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, like kind of the idea I had was to kind of just have them bite on something. I even had the idea of having them bite on an apple or something and just kind of make it a little comical.
Actually, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, having a fruit of some kind stuck in their mouth as if they're like being ready for.
You get roasted.
Yeah. And
Okay, yeah, but we'll play around with that idea. We'll bring some apples. Just
Don't leave
well,
out
there's
bananas.
little stores nearby downtown, so if there's any produce we need, because I mean, me driving 14 hours with produce probably isn't going to stay very fresh. So there's little stores down there that we can get stuff like that real quick. So.
okay, sounds good. Yeah, when we're down there, we'll probably end up getting the produce.
Just hit up a Fiesta. Those places. They have produce.
All right. So we talked about. Well, we kind of just talked about scheduling the proposal, some props and equipment. You guys have any questions? Anything specific you guys want to bring up?
Well, about the ending one more time. Just somebody dressed rather drably, sweeping before the RT member or whoever shows up at the very end would give a good appearance that everything's closed, even though the RT could be in full swing at that time. RTX could be in full swing. Just something to kind of say that RTX is over. This person's been left behind in the closet.
Oh, I see what you mean. So kind of like at the last scene, the area looks abandoned almost.
Yeah, and maybe there's somebody cleaning up. Just kind of get the point across that RTX is closed, even though, as I said, it could be in full swing in reality.
Yeah, I actually really like that. Yeah, because it's kind of um, it does kind of give the idea. If we have like a janitor or something vacuuming the area, that'd be pretty funny. But the one question that comes to mind when I'm thinking of that situation is why would the RT member be walking in that area if the event's over?
Because the RT people are probably the last people to leave.
Okay, fair enough. That does work. Yeah, so if we maybe have, it would be pretty funny if we had a janitor who's kind of just like brewing or something, and there's noises coming from a closet, but they just don't pay any attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah, the janitor wouldn't be the main point unless we don't get an RT person. The janitor would just be there to kind of show that RT is closed and the RTX is closed and the RT person is getting ready to go home after everything else is done and there's somebody stuck in the closet. But if we don't get the RT person, we can just have the janitor-like person and just by his or herself.
Okay. Yeah, I actually really like that. Yeah, it does give us a little bit of flexibility too. If we can't get an RT member, we'll still kind of have that comic feel of somebody, of a janitor, giving the illusion that it's been a couple it's long after the event. So, yeah, I think if we can write that in, we'll definitely do that.
Do you have something to say, Mark? Right.
I was going to bring that up again as well because I had something to add to it, but I think we already covered it. I kind of want to see an RT Sucks shirt.
That'd be pretty cool.
RT Sucks shirt?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Just have somebody wearing an RT Sucks shirt.
We had buttons last year, so I mean.
Actually, I want an RT Sucks shirt now.
On that topic, we need to make sure that our short is actually up to snuff. Putting it that way.
Definitely.
Considering it was a very broad improvement over our first short as far as the UK's version of things. So.
I really like the UK short.
Have to be able to
It's actually really inspiring. You got me really excited for what we're gonna end up doing at RTX. So.
Yeah, and so we just need to make sure we have everything together because their environment is very controlled, and so it worked out really well.
Yeah.
So in an environment like RTX, it's going to be hectic. We just need to make sure everything's planned out. So that's what these meetings are for, and hopefully it all works out, right, guys?
Exactly. We're gonna
it's just to reduce some of the chaos. It's still going to be chaos. It's just going to reduce some of it.
Organized chaos, as I like to say. But yeah, Mark, you should make an RT Suck shirt. If not, I'll get on it, and I'll just get a permanent marker to a white T-shirt or something.
Sounds good.
Right on.
And that's the KCS shirt, right?
Sorry, what?
SUKCS. It's the SUKCS shirt? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's RTSUKCS. Yeah, it's just the C and the K that are flipped. And on the back it says RT licks balls.
It's a shame our time zone's so different, because I know that there's a few people in the UK that'd be interested in actually helping with the short that they've contacted me. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask, and I forgot. Since you guys mentioned the RT Sucks.
Yeah, I actually didn't keep that in mind.
There's not a whole lot you can do unless you had it like the middle of the day.
Is there anyone over there like coming to RTX?
They're talking about it. I mean, I just got some like direct messages on the site, and they're talking to me about it. But they said that if they do come, they would be interested. So it's that kind of thing, you know. They haven't made up their minds yet.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be cool to have those guys here, and have some UK input as far as the comedy goes. But yeah, let's see. I really like that idea, Eric. So we'll probably end up sneaking that in there. Otherwise, I think the script will kind of go with what we had in mind last week. Just kind of have the people inside the closet escape, retaliate, and then just have a RT member have a cameo at the end. Probably after the credits, I'm thinking, if there are credits. All right. Any other questions you guys had?
Just throwing it out there. If we do have a soundtrack this time, it's going to be far and away superior. I have
So-
like 400 gigabytes of new samples. It's gonna be great.
And then we'll sell it on iTunes later.
Super stoked. My first one was garbage.
I still think it's great.
I liked it.
That's okay.
Try watching the short without the music, like just mute it. You'll see a difference.
I did. It's just looking back on it now, I'm like, it makes me like jitter, in not a good way.
Well, whenever I see a video that has a soundtrack to it, I appreciate the fact that there's a soundtrack. Because I watch a lot of videos that are they're supposed to be there's supposed to be some sort of like a difference between emotions and like the way it's paced, but it just doesn't seem right because there's no sound or music, and it's just like, am I supposed to laugh? Am I supposed to cry? What's happening? So I really like the music in that one. So the effort is definitely appreciated and it's awesome. So
I understand what you're saying there, and on the flip side, you have like the Kevin MacLeod overuse issue, where you like see an awesome picture and then you just hear that one song you've heard 100 times.
oh yeah, that's a good point.
All
But
right.
yeah, music definitely makes a difference when it comes to anything, especially videos.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Is there anything else pressing before your laptop battery dies?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's like a 10-second or 10%, 18%. Okay, we're good. Let's see. On my end, really, the only thing that's pressing would be kind of the scheduling. But I think if we were to talk about that once we have the proposal sent to the RT staff, and then hopefully we'll have a response soon, that's when we'll probably see if we can't lock anything down. So we'll keep an eye out for that. And then I'll send you guys, if I can send you guys that tonight, it's not looking very likely, I will. If not, I will definitely send it to you by tomorrow.
Cool. And I'll be at the RT offices for one reason or another on that Monday or Tuesday. So if we actually do need to talk with someone directly instead of just via the proposal, just let me know.
I'm
And
super jealous. That's awesome.
if we can work it out.
That's the Monday before?
Yeah, that same week.
Okay.
So
Cool. Awesome, guys. So if there's anything else you guys wanted to add, I think we're pretty much done here.
cool beans. Well,
Awesome.
it was small, and it started out slow,
Yeah,
but I think we learned a lot, grew a little bit.
I learned a
Focus
lot
on it.
about filming and a lot about myself.
Yeah, there you go. Good spirits.
All right, gents. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to get off here before my computer dies.
Okay.
All right,
See you,
everyone.
lads.
Have a great week,
right.
and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody on the internet.
Bye. Thanks for
See ya.
watching.
See everyone.